Hello there, ladies and germs. My name is Captain Figure, or Nick from Alabama Wrenching, depending on which channel this goes to. It's probably going to go to both because, well, I need the views on both channels. But I'm sure you've all heard about the new lightsaber toy that's come out recently, the Power Saber by Goliath Games. Now, I happened to stumble upon this at my local Walmart the other day. Didn't realize that this was actually a thing until I found it at my local Walmart. So, you know, me and my awesome adultish or 21-year-old adult financial decisions, I decided I'm gonna buy it and see like what it's all about. So I bought it. It was, I think, 52 something after tax and everything. It was $50 at Walmart, than just whatever tax and stuff is. I'm not that good at math, but I ended up buying the red version, and I don't agree with the price point on it. But I think I think overall it's going to be an okay lightsaber for gentle dueling and for really good for cosplay stuff. But I have it right here. I've been using it a lot lately, just messing around with it, playing with it, turning off the lights and pretending I'm a Sith Lord because, let's be honest, having something like this when I was like 7 years young or whatever, a little kid, would have been absolutely amazing to play with. Like any kid would have been the talk of the town back in early and mid 2000s or 2010s with something like this. This thing does come with its own pretty cool, like pretty sturdy feeling ish plastic lightsaber holder if you want to put it on display for some reason, which I probably will because I already have a bunch of action figures and like Lego sets on display on the walls. But here's the saber itself. Now it is all plastic because kid's toy, but it does feel like a durable-ish kind of plastic. I mean, it could do with a paint job. I'm definitely gonna paint, like roughly sand it a bit and paint it, put my own style on it because I've got some like cosplay ideas for this, but I don't want it to be just this gray color. But I mean, it does feel pretty durable. Now, of course, the handle, like compared to my head, it's pretty thick compared to some of your classic lightsabers, or like your Hasbro, your Disney, or your was it Pixel Sabers or Neo Sabers, something like that. It is bigger, but that's because it has to house the mechanism for the motor and the blade itself, you know, that goes back into the hilt. So it's kind of chunky, which I can live with. It's nothing too terrible. If anything, I have bigger hands, so if anything, it works good for me. But I really do like the style of it. I mean, it feels good in my hands. Does need to be slightly rougher here and there because once you get a little sweaty playing with it, it's going to slide in your hand pretty easily. But it requires 4 AA batteries, which sit in this little tray back here. I'd say it's decently hidden enough. If you're playing or just taking a quick look at it, you're not going to notice that. It's got a little battery compartment there. I'll try to keep it in the camera frame too. So the way you use this, you know, of course, you take it out of the box. It comes attached to the stand with two little clamp. Helps I turn around. Comes with 2 little clamps holding it down here and here. So you take those off, undo 4 little screws on the back of the box, and then throw your batteries in, and then you hit a black button right here to turn it on, and it makes sounds too, which is really cool. And then slide up on this gold button. Now it extends to slightly over 30 inches. I believe it's only got like the one clashing sound, but it's got a it's hard to get it to do the fast moving motion. It has 2 different sounds for when it's moving. One, the short, and then that one, the fast move. And it's got a nice hum to it. Now, of course, when you turn it on and off, you do hear the motor. But, I mean, what do you expect? It's a plastic kid's toy. It's what you're going to get. But the coolest part of it is, I mean, that is just so cool to me that for the first time we have available to the public for not a good price, not an outrageous price though, a fully retracting and extending, contained in the hilt lightsaber. Now the LEDs of the I think it's a LED or two LEDs in the bottom of it. Of course, it's not the best because it's not Disney or anything. But I mean, something fell over my desk. I'm not happy with the price of it. I mean, I personally think it's a little too much. But I think this toy right here could be something really big in the future. Is it worth the $50 I spent at Walmart, or the 60 or at Target, or 70 something on Amazon? No, definitely not. Would it be something cool to have fun with and collect, or just use for cosplay stuff? Definitely. That's what I'm going to use it for, keep it on display and use it for cosplay. Because I do cosplay. Oh, another thing, if you don't turn it back, you can turn it on and off with the button here. If you don't turn it back off within, I think, a minute or two, it turns itself off, which saves your batteries, which is amazing. But like, I think this is don't like the price, of course, but I think this is, it feels sturdy-ish. I mean the blade, it's most likely for gentle dueling, so I wouldn't say go beat up a tree or don't go duel with your cousins or siblings or anything, or friends with fighting really hard, because that's going to mess it up, obviously. It's got the telescoping blade on it, like the classic ones that you just swing out, or the old spring-powered ones. You pull a little button, you shoot out the blade. You know, the ones I grew up with. And I do like how they got the light to shoot through it. Man, you probably can't hear me very well because of this, but it's got these little reflective discs on the inside where on the camera you see where it's brightest here and there. Because the light at the bottom shoots up those reflecting discs or whatever and shoots it to the top of the blade. I hit the hilt on my chair and it vibrated. Then I had seen one review on this where they were saying that the blade kind of... Okay, I see it. And I don't know if you can see it. You can kind of see it. The blade kind of pulses in a way, which is actually really cool. The light in the blade kind of pulses in a way. And personally, I think that's really cool. I would like to see a brighter version, or longer blade, or at least make it to where it extends faster and retracts faster, more like the, you know, the real lightsabers you would see in the show, or like, what, $100,000 saber they use at that Disney hotel show, whatever, at one of their parks. But man, I think this is going to be a revolutionary, well, maybe not revolutionary. I think this is going to be a great toy for anything Star Wars related. What's funny is Goliath Games actually doesn't have anything to do with Star Wars. They just went off and made a power saber, energy sword, or laser sword. I forget what the box said already. The box is sitting somewhere over there. I don't remember exactly what it says, but they did what Disney or Hasbro haven't done yet. And I'm kind of surprised they were able to do it, because you know how Disney and that stuff is. I'm surprised they were able to do it and do it as well as they did. Now, I absolutely love this thing. Like, I'm going to use it for cosplay or just play with it in the dark, because it's really cool. I will show y'all what it looks like in the dark in just a moment. But I mean, my personal opinion or review, it's not worth the $50 I spent at Walmart or wherever you get it from. But I think it's gonna be a decent product. Now, of course, it's not gonna compare to like the $300 lightsabers that you can get from other companies and whatnot. But I mean, it's decent. I think it's pretty good. My personal opinion, y'all may not have the same, and that's perfectly fine. But I am a very big Star Wars nerd, and I think this is gonna work out pretty good. So let me turn off my lights and I'll show you all what it looks like in the dark. Alright, I don't know how well you can hear me. You can see my hand or something moving in the blue light of my computer. And here you go. Oh, gotta turn it on. Let me stand a little closer so you can see it. I gotta bend down because I don't have a camera stand. So yeah, that is my review of the Goliath Games Power Saber, Energy Sword, Energy Laser, whatever they called it. I think it's really cool. I would almost encourage people to buy this just because it would be so cool to have a small group of people, like wearing, like cosplay people, or just a group of friends, all dressed up in some kind of robe or garment or something. Like just a fun group going out in the town having fun, and approaching a crowd of strangers, and all of them just slowly just have a lightsaber extend. I think that'd be great for a prank or something. They currently only sell this in red and green. I wish they had a blue. I definitely would have picked up a blue if they had it, because, blue is my favorite color. But supposedly they have a yellow color coming out in September, like special edition, from what I've heard. So I may pick up the yellow, and I may pick up the green just because I make amazing financial decisions as an adult. Yeah, don't listen to me. But personally, I think this is a decent buy. Of course, I don't agree with the price point on it. It turned off on me. $50, 60 or 70, whatever on Amazon is definitely not what this is worth. Maybe 40 to 45 I would pay. But I mean, the quality, it feels good in my hand, and it's got a bit of weight to it. I kind of like that, because it feels like you're actually holding something. It's got a decent weight to it, or I don't know what I'm saying. But I will probably test out the dueling at some point when if I can bully my other friends into buying one of these so we can duel, and then I'll give y'all an update on that once we get to that point. But personally, I think this is really, really cool, and I think if Disney gets smart, or Hasbro gets smart, maybe they should team up with Goliath Games or start developing their own kind of lightsaber with longer blade, quieter motor, brighter lights, better designs. Do like the custom characters like you used to get in the early 2000s, where you could get Mace Windu's or Kit Fistos or Luke's or Anakin's or Obi-Wan's, back when they had like the character sabers. That's what it is, character sabers, back in the early 2000s and mid 2010s and whatnot, when I was growing up. I think if Disney and Hasbro would get smart and do that, they could make millions, and there'd never be any competition again if they make them durable enough and quality. But I think this is a decent saber. You may not think that. That's perfectly fine. But yeah, I like it, and I'm definitely going to use it. So, thanks for watching.